Hello, everybody. My name's Angie, and I'm recording on Gadigal land. That was cute.
So cute.
Thank you.
How cute was it?
So
cute. Oh, Joyce Louise. Hello, I'm Yvie Jones, and I'm on Wurundjeri country.
So you just have to try to outdo my first one, didn't you?
Yeah,
You know what?
I did. Well, if you're going to sing, I'll bring it. I will bring the same.
You know what? Let's have a little fight about it. Let's have some beef about this singing contest right now because
it makes me
you know
hungry.
what I love more than anything? No, I don't love it. But you know what's always around and I can't help but always read it? It's the celebrity goss and the celebrity beef. Yvie Jones, why do we love it? What's so good about it? Why, as human beings, are we so addicted to those little things that pop up on our Instagrams that like Olivia Wilde and Harry Styles and their toxic relationship? I'm like this, what the fuck is and I'm drooling like a wild beast.
I think for most people, for me, I love any kind of beef that doesn't involve me.
Yeah, I hate being in beef.
Watching from afar. Because we're voyeurs. We're voyeuristic as nature intended. We like to watch.
Some people love to be in it, though. They really do.
Some people do love to be in it, and that is a personality type. So I'm more of the personality that likes to just watch from afar. I absolutely hate bullying. So there's a definite difference between watching someone go at someone and it's just purely one-sided meanness. But watching people beef as a public person, you never really know the backstory of things. As much as you try to learn, you don't know because you were never really there. And it's always a little it's little digs that they have at each other. And it's always through social medias, mostly Twitter, Instagram stories, things like that. JoJo Siwa from Dance Moms, and she's come out. Is she non-binary?
No, she still identifies as a woman.
Okay, she's a lesbian?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, she a while ago did a challenge on TikTok that said nicest celebrity you've ever met, worst celebrity you've ever met. And she just kind of showed things on her
real
phone.
quick?
She just flicked the phone around. Yeah, real quick. And the nicest celebrity was Miley Cyrus. And then she flicked her phone around for the other one and it was Candace Cameron. And Candace Cameron is from Full House and she is from quite a famous family. Her brother Kirk Cameron was my absolute crush in the 80s. He was on a show called Growing Pains and I loved him so much. I used to just put him all over my wall and everything and buy all the magazines. But then later in life I found out like he was a full-blown Christian, like only went on after that show to make Christian
I don't know him.
content, TV shows, movies, and it made me vomit a lot. His sister, I didn't really know that they came from a really strict Christian family, but they clearly do. She apparently, JoJo, what it was that she didn't like about her was that she was mean to her on the red carpet. She said, not right now, when she asked for a photograph with her when she was on Dance Mums. And they've had a bit of beef, whatever, back and forth, but it's come out now because Candace was doing the whole, I love everyone and I love JoJo. Well, Candace was on the Hallmark network and she quit it to go over to the Great American Family TV channel, which kind of sounds so Trumpian to me. I mean, make American great again. So guess what it is?
Go on.
It's Christian focused network.
I thought as much.
Okay. So in an interview, she said, I knew that the people behind Great American Family were Christians, that they loved the Lord and wanted to promote faith programming and good family entertainment. And when asked about featuring LGBTQI plus couples in upcoming programming, she said, that's not what Great American Family Network would be doing, stating, I think that Great American Family will keep traditional marriage at the core. That has blown up And there has been now more public beef with JoJo, who is a part of the LGBTQI plus community. So she's come out and said that, honestly, I can't believe after everything that went down with you a few months ago that you are now not only creating a movie with intention of excluding us, but then also talking about it in the press. And you remember the other sister on Full House. Her name is Jodie Sweetin. I can't remember the character that she played.
I don't know.
She wrote on the post, "You know I love you." So there's more beefy beef coming in. And I always think, what's really going on? Imagine what the phone calls are like between like Jodie and Candace. Candace going, "I can't believe you didn't have my back. You had her back. I just love you." And that whole, I'm a Christian and that means I love everyone. Like,
It's so boring, isn't it? It's like if you really loved everybody, why do you plan your whole year around bringing down other people that aren't exactly like you?
Yeah, exactly. So just, do you accept or do you do as Christ would do? Because Christ would not do that at all. I know that's now we're getting all religious and everything, but it's all very
It's funny when people from a really religious background say that they love everyone, but they're so judgmental. To me, when they say that, they love everybody when you're exactly like them, and if you're not, they'll pray for you. That's what they mean. Like, I love you so much that I want you to be better, do better, so I'm going to pray for you so you become more like me again, which is wild.
Yes. Or if you don't, I'll keep praying for you because I know you are going to hell. I mean, what an awful way to
fear
think.
of God. It's the fear of God.
Yeah, it's very strong, isn't
Everything is
it?
just so fearful when you look back over it. It's like, you will do well if you do everything God says, and if you don't, well, you best believe that you are going to a scary, scary place. Like, that's how you live.
That's just
it's
awful.
so scary.
Awful. And people raise children with that.
I was heavily amongst the Catholic, scared them.
Truly an awful thing
It
to
actually
do.
is, looking back, being like, oh, well, God can only see that. Oh, well, look.
And it's that whole, I love everyone, but you're going to hell.
I'll pray for you.
Like, what? Are you just like, you know what these people need to do? They need to take a mirror to bed.
Wake up to themselves.
Thank you. That's exactly what they need to do.
You know, another beef that lives rent-free in my head, and it also breaks my heart, is the Kim Cattrall and Sarah Jessica Parker beef. I don't like it. I don't
like this one either.
It makes me feel sick, because when you watch the show so intently and obsessively, like I have done since I was a wee lass, they are the most beautiful. I mean, Sarah Jessica's always just like, Carrie herself is just a pest of a human in general. But they all love each other because they've all got their pest-like qualities. So to think in real life Kim and Sarah don't like each other actually breaks my damn heart. It started to come out more so when the Sex of the City reboot came back, and obviously Kim, well, started, I should say, and obviously Kim did not come back for this, which, I mean, you could...
Well, the reboot came after there were talks to do a third movie.
Yeah, and she was like, well, originally though I heard that she was like, it's been done. Like, the second movie was already a stretch. We don't need to do a third, and that was kind of the beef. But it was actually because she was like, I hate Sarah Jessica Parker, which...
I don't think she ever said I hate.
Well, no, but you can tell she does.
Yeah, well, she says she's not a friend,
nice
she's
person.
a colleague.
Yeah.
She says she's a colleague, and she's not a nice person. And you know what? The funny thing is, I've looked at this a lot, and every interview with Kim, she's just talking like, you know what, this is really where I have to take to task, you know, the people from Sex and the City. And she's all so sweet and light about it, and kind of, you know, but there's no right of reply. And I've been watching interviews where Sarah Jessica gets asked about it, and she puts her hand on her heart and says, I do not know where this is coming from. I do not know. And I have to say, I believed Sarah Jessica.
So did I. I was saying something before to our producers here that I watched a documentary and I can't for the life of me think of what it was. If I remember it, I'll put it in, I don't know, I'll post about it. But everybody was asked what's going on with the Sarah Jessica Parker and Kim Cattrall drama. Whose side are you on? Because everybody wants to know whose side you're on. And all of them said, well, obviously we don't take sides. That's ridiculous. But Sarah Jessica Parker is one of the nicest, most kindest, hardest working women I've ever worked with. And that's all they say. And they'll always say, I've never had a problem with Sarah Jessica.
Yeah.
And even Smith Jared, who plays Kim Cattrall's partner, so Samantha's partner on Sex and the City, even he said Sarah Jessica's the best person I've ever met. So, and he worked closely with her. So it makes you think, doesn't it?
Yeah. It does.
What's going on there?
And we don't really know because we're not behind any of it. We're only seeing what we're being presented with. And that's the funny thing about celebrity beef is that they can say what they want and you can believe what you want. And you still won't know if it's true or not. But saying that, can I just say that these are the quotes that Kim has said. This is what happens when you go where you're celebrated and not where you're tolerated. She said that. She said another quote, I don't want to be in a situation for even an hour where I'm not enjoying myself. Now, if any of that is true, and that is obviously her truth, that breaks my heart a little as well because she's clearly got something that's happened to her and it's very real for her. For her to say this is what happens when you go somewhere where you're celebrated, not just tolerated. Like how has she been treated? And was it Sarah Jessica? Was it more? I don't know. I think it's a bit of a low blow to go public with that kind of thing without really giving specifics or having any proof.
Well, that's
it. Like she's muddying someone's name without proof.
But both
and
these
at the end
quotes,
of the day, it's her truth.
Yeah, exactly. But both these quotes are about how she is not celebrated and how she is not enjoying herself. Obviously, that's her truth. Like you said, you've got to own your shit. But also, is she somebody that maybe needs a little bit of extra attention to be celebrated and really doesn't enjoy situations much unless it's all about her? Like we don't know them personally, so we don't actually know. There could be so much like hidden connotation behind that. She could have this like masso ego. Yeah. And she's like anything, if anybody ever goes, oh, wait, because obviously Sarah Jessica Parker is so huge. It is her show, like Carrie's show. Maybe Kim was like, I don't really care for not being the center of attention. The other women were fine with it. Like there's so much we will never know.
I did see that an interview where she did say that, for the movie, they wanted her to be getting nudes being sent to her from Brady, which is Miranda's child, and she said that she didn't want to do anything like that, and what they've done with her character Samantha in the last couple of seasons she was really unhappy with as well. So I totally get that. Thank you for letting us know that because we watch back Sex and the City now and we see how problematic it could be. It was
so problematic
without ever really meaning to be at the time, like any show that you watch back now. A lot of them don't age well. So I can completely see where she's coming from. But like even, when Sarah Jessica posted on her Instagram of Kim's brother's passing, for Kim to publicly say on it, your continuous reaching out is a painful reminder of how cruel you really were then and now. Let me make this very clear. You are not my family. You are not my friend.
That's huge.
Like, that was huge.
That's so big.
That cut all of us to the core. I can't even imagine how that cut Sarah Jessica. But for Kim to write that, that's huge pain she's in. She's angry.
She needs to say, well, she doesn't need to do anything because it's her life, but she can't. We need receipts because I've never heard anything else bad about Sarah Jessica ever before. Yeah. Other than, she's a bit shy and quiet. That's it.
Yeah.
And
everyone I've ever heard work with her say she is a dream.
Mm-hmm. So it's weird. I don't know.
It is weird.
Like they say, there's two sides to every story and there's the truth. But some questions I'd like to, throw out there is like, well, we probably already answered why we do love celebrity beef, because we can't relate to it at all. It's like this made up world where you're like you're watching Sex in the City. So it's like, oh my God, Carrie and Samantha are fighting, but it's like these are real people with real life dramas.
And completely different to their characters too.
Exactly. God, if Sarah Jessica's anything like Carrie, then she probably would be a bit of a bloody pest. I'd want to fight with her as well. She's a pain in the ass.
Yes.
Should celebrity drama be aired out so publicly? Look, prob's not, but pick your poison. You got millions of doll hairs because of it, so I'm not that sorry for you.
Right. That's right. Do you know one celebrity beef that is a bit weird? I just thought of it, and you will know this one quite well. Melissa George and Dita Brummer, Angel and Shane from Home and Away. She came out publicly straight after it because she got quite successful and said that was the worst working conditions she's ever had. That when they would have love scenes, kissing scenes, he would be whispering in her ear, I hate you so much. I wish you would die. And she's come out publicly and said that all these things. Well, he's recently unalived himself, and his career just did not take off the way hers did. And it's one that's actually made me really sad because I wonder how she feels about his death and whether she's kind of like, well, that's what you get.
Oh, wait, so he... Oh, did he recently?
Yeah,
I didn't know that. I'm trying to look him up now. So he sounds like he had a lot of demons to be able to do that and also whisper that into someone's ear.
Yeah.
What about that rumour how Baby and Johnny from Dirty Dancing, Patrick Swayze and what's her name, hated each other? That broke my heart. That's not a rumour.
Yeah, because there's actual footage too of them not getting along.
I hate that. I don't want to believe it. I love that movie so much.
I hated those two together though. I loved the movie, hated them, and I've never been a Patrick Swayze fan. Rest in peace, Patrick.
Oh, I love Patrick Swayze.
I know. See how different we all are?
Yeah,
we all have different opinions.
And we're bloody allowed to be, aren't we?
But celebrity beef, I'm here for it. I think Katy Perry and Taylor Swift, they had quite a celebrity beef for a while, didn't they?
Huge.
Really iconic, powerful women that have beef publicly breaks my heart. We really should be lifting each other up. So that was kind of
Taylor sings about it all the time.
Me.
You know how she's like, she sings something about forgiveness is the nice thing to do. And then she laughs and she's like, I can't even take myself, like, I can't even say that. And it's like, she's pretty much saying that about Katie. It's like, I should forgive you, but it's that much of a joke to me that I can't do it.
And Katie has written about
they love it. They love it. So if you date a musician, you need to know that you will be in their song at some point.
Oh, I hope so.
And it's going to be maybe not very nice.
Imagine if you dated a musician and they wrote the next album and you weren't in it.
What a shit muse you are.
But they wrote about heaps of others. You'd be like,
that'd make you more cross. Hey, you'd be like, waiting around to be like, I really thought I'd feature in this next little moment.
Thought I'd made a dent in you.
Have you ever had any stories that have come out about you where you're like, hang on a hot minute, that's not the truth?
Yeah. I remember when AJ Rochester, when we were in the jungle, I didn't find this out until I got out of the jungle, that she had done a pre-interview where there had been a rumour going around, I don't know where it had come from, that I was going to be fed differently because I have dietary requirements, and that was you. And but I was allowed to eat because I had to,
like your blood sugar,
and someone asked her about it, and she just goes, she needs to swallow some concrete and harden the up. Like, what a princess. She was going off.
Yeah, she does that though for the soundbite and shock value.
Yeah, exactly. And I wasn't gonna. I never responded to anything. I was just like,
no, sometimes
you can make your own self look stupid.
Sometimes it's like you've got to kill him with kindness, and it looks worse when you're like, try to fight back. You're just like, that is so not true.
Well, yeah, and there were people that did respond going, I think that was just a rumour. So, because if you watch the show, she ate everything.
Yeah.
I did have an exemption.
Oh,
I
you
couldn't jump off things or do anything because of my bad back. But so did Dermot, so did Jackie.
You got pretty lucky in the challenge front, though. You didn't have to. The snake one was hardcore, but the rest you got real
snake
lucky.
One was fine.
For
no
other
one voted
people-
me in on anything else.
Yeah, well, all the producers just don't pick. You just don't know with these things, do you?
Who knows?
Anyway, look, it is what it is.
Anyway, what about you? Have you had any celebrity beef with anyone?
Not beef, no. Oh, other than like old mate
Who's old mate? Oh, yeah, old mate.
Yeah, he liked to have a whinge. Oh, a couple of the boys said stuff about me that wasn't true, obviously, but
yeah,
boring.
Who cares?
Or it
Yeah.
was
about
there
them.
was one actually when I was filming. It was so cold, so I often was really puffed because I was like freezing. So I was like trying to like warm my body up. And I was naked, and it was 7 degrees, and I was like 48 kilograms. And so when we were walking up hills and stuff, and I was in heels, I'd be like, whew. And one of the boys was like, he said to me, she was always so puffed. And I'm like, what a fucking weird thing to tell media.
Yeah.
It's like, she was always puffed and she was always like out of breath. I was like, I was freezing my dick off. You had 16 layers of clothes on and heat packs in your clothes. I was in the naked. That one really
and what
weirded
about
me
if
out.
You were asthmatic.
Well, actually, number 2 is I am an asthmatic, and number 3 is I have endometriosis, which actually makes you, one of the symptoms is really, you do that a
Shortness of
lot.
breath.
But they were kind of trying to make out that I was I was unfit. Little did they know I was up at 4 o'clock every morning, bloody working myself to the ground. But sure, pick on my puffness. That's the only one that really bothered me. All the other stuff was just lame, like, oh yeah, she slid into my DMs, or yeah, she wasn't that nice. It's like, whatever. I was so nice to you.
Whatever.
Grow up.
Yeah, grow up.
I've been really lucky considering I was on that show where people write the most horrible things about you. Unless I didn't see them, ignorance is bliss. So I just blocked that shit right out.
Yeah. Well, there's one thing about, people in the public opinion, but there's another about people who are also in the same industry as you saying something bad. It's like, you should know better.
Yeah, shut your goddamn mouth.
You're just kind of doing this for clout. Are you? Yeah. Trying to stay relevant? I don't know.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Sad ones.
Grow up.
That's what we like to say. Grow the hell up. Also, if you come for us about it, we started off in the industry as goggle boxes commenting on things like that. So if you say, well, you do it too, well, we get paid for it. So that's the way you're doing.
Oh, it's our job. And we certainly don't do what we used to do on Gogglebox anymore.
No way. Oh my God.
Because we know what it's like to be on the other side of that now. So that we lived and we learned, and we were the first to say
sorry about it.
Some of the shit we said was not on at all.
Ugh.
Horrendous.
Ugh,
So
I don't want to think about it.
we've had to apologise to people personally.
Yes, we have.
So anyway, that's us for another week. Thank you for listening and staying. If you're still here, thank you.
Yeah,
we love you.
We do.
And, rate and review. If you want to get in touch with us, Angie's DMs are always open for you. You can email us as well, 2girls@novaentertainment.com.au. We will be back next week. We've only got a couple of episodes before the end of the year, and then we all have time off, and everyone has lovely Christmas, and I think we should be doing Christmas episode soon.
Yeah.
Do you think?
Oh,
yes.
it's that time of year. 'Tis the season.
We need to talk about Yvie's hatred of Love Actually again. And
that comes around every year.
Every year, because that shit movie comes around.
Oh, stop it.
God damn. Anyway,
I've got it on
you have the day that you deserve, Angie. I'll have the day that I deserve.
Yeah.
I've got a Whopper waiting for me. I'm going to go and heat it up and eat it.
Gadigal.
And I've got 4 dogs to tend to, and I love you very much, and I'll talk to you very soon.
Love you very much and talk to you all soon. See ya. Wouldn't want to be ya. Bye.
Yeah.